Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on a scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag Utah Jazz.
We've talked a lot about his screening. Obviously, that doesn't necessarily show up in the box score, but that's a big one. I also think that Nurk has done a really good job of taking accountability in different moments. I think he's been a part of a really great core of veteran leaders that we have in our locker room. They're setting a good example for our young players, not only in how to go about their business every day, but in the willingness to be coached.
That's Will Hardy talking about what Yusuf Nurkic brings to the team, what he brought last season, and what he's expected to bring back now that he's been signed to a 2-year, $22 million deal. Looking like the backup center. He's more an offensive guy, making you think they've got their eyes on somebody defensively. Kessler's the first choice, and Kessler's going to have a little meeting in L.A. today as NBA free agency begins. We'll see which teams make what kind of offers and what the Jazz have to match.
Are you reporting that? He's having a meeting?
Will Hardy. No, sorry, that was Will Hardy. Tony Jones is reporting that.
Oh.
With The Athletic, now primarily covering Philly, but still talking to people in Utah or people around Walker Kessler.
Oh, yeah. I think he's the first, second, and third choice.
Think they'll be all in on him no matter where the price tag goes, or do you think there's a line that they won't cross?
I think they have that in mind. Yeah, but that's dependent on someone else, not them. They have to see what the market is for this young man. And I do think there are other options. Steve Cleveland talking about Robert Williams III. That could be a potential option, too. Have to see how that plays out. But, yeah, I think it's Kessler all the way, unless it's an outrageous. But I don't think they're as concerned about the salary structure right now as you are 3 years from now.
So that would indicate you think if he gets a $35, $40, $44 million offer.
44, wow. Who's going to offer him?
I know. But the Lakers were trying to get Reeves at $30 million, and then Detroit swooped in, and now they matched
the Lakers
his
would be
46.
bidding against themselves. Detroit was bidding against the Lakers.
Right, and so presumably in this meeting, someone's going to come in and bid, essentially, and then the Jazz have to match it, so the Jazz will be...
Well, but the Lakers, why would they would be bidding against themselves. They were bidding against Detroit for Reeves.
Right, I get that.
But, So
the Jazz are at 28 now, and let's see when another team comes in the role of Detroit.
Yeah, I know, but why would it go up to 44? I don't see that.
I wouldn't think so, but we've seen players before get paid more than we thought they were going to get paid.
Yeah, but I'm not living in the past. I'm going in the future.
Okay. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
The very first conversation whenever I bumped into Masai and Mike in Chicago, and at that point I had full intentions of being back at Michigan no matter what. And we had a great conversation. It had nothing to do with this position. And then whenever we were talking about our guys, we had 3 guys in the lottery. It was mentioned that would I have any interest in this job? And my eyes went up, and instantly I said, this one checks all the boxes.
Dusty May on how he ended up taking the Dallas Mavericks head coaching job, saying goodbye to Michigan and college hoops.
I'm going to be back no matter what. And I'm getting sick of checks all the boxes. I'm done with that phrase.
We're going to have to do a segment on phrases you're done with.
I'm able to handle more at the end of the day than
I was going to say, at the end of the day, it checks all the boxes.
Because at the end of the day, that's a relative position.
It is what it is.
Depending on how old you are, end of the day. When I was in college, the end of the day was actually the next day at 2 a.m. But now, 2 a.m., forget it. If I'm up at 2 a.m., cancel the next 3 days.
NBA moves. The Grizzlies trading Ja Morant to the Portland Trail Blazers in exchange for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Morant will try to revive his career after off-court issues curbed the run in Memphis. He will try again in Portland.
Portland is a head-scratcher as far as what's going to go on. It's a fascinating story because, they've got a bunch of small guards there. Obviously, Damian Lillard expected to return, and Morant is one of those players, too. How is that going to work? I don't know.
Be small, be offensive-minded, try to outscore people.
And you got the owner. It's a one-year deal for the coach. How many coaches have been fired after 1 year? Aren't they all on one-year deals?
But when they only have one-year deals, do they have no leverage and
what
players
leverage
do whatever they want?
What leverage does a coach have? I don't know that a coach really has leverage. If they want it, he can get the money,
right?
But that's not leverage.
It's more perception than reality. I get what you're saying, but he's going to be here a while. When the perception is he's not going to be here very long, even less of a say.
But they're all one-year deals, essentially.
A lot of people get fired. I know where you're going with this. We sit in here and we talk about so-and-so, gone. You can take a team to a conference final and be gone. Ask the New York Knicks.
Right. Or you could have 4 losing seasons and you're brilliant. Look at all this internal media telling us about Will Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just the greatest thing ever. He hasn't come close to a winning record. Not that it's his fault, but he's so awesome.
Yep.
I mean, and then you just bring up Thibodeau, and he's gone. And here, Will Hardy, he has tenure. It seems like he's on a Jerry Sloan track, and it's going to take him 10 years to reach 500.
It's probably true. 4 years of digging a pretty deep hole.
Yeah, and I'm not blaming him by any stretch, but I'm just saying
the plan.
You just don't know. So they make such a big deal about it, and now Bill Orm, we need to, I called Bill Orm for Orm. Yeah. Talking about the team might move.
Yes, he's written that, and then he's just getting... It was actually hilarious to read all the people posting stuff.
I didn't read anything.
Oh, my gosh. It was hilarious.
Well, I mean, that's
I know.
The oldest the profession.
Yep.
And half of those, if
he does
not two-thirds, are anonymous people. Who cares about that?
Bill did not like the Ja Morant acquisition, and he has written about the whole process as they have one meeting with one government body after another trying to get their new arena.
Well, the idea of moving is far more important than Ja Morant.
Golden State keeps Kristaps Porzingis 2 years, $40 million with the player option. And there's all kinds of rumors about LeBron. And if LeBron, are they going to trade Jimmy Butler to bring in AD? Draymond Green taking less money to stay. It didn't really make sense to me why Steve Kerr was staying. It seemed like all signs were pointing to him leaving, and then he pivots and gets a contract. And I can't help but wonder how much of this had already been outlined and was already being mapped out.
That's it? That's why he want to come back for 1 year of this stuff?
Yep.
Or 2 years?
A lot of celebrity, but can they keep these guys healthy for the playoffs?
I think he wants to continue coaching and wants the money. I mean, that was the idea to coach these old-timers. I got to have that or else I'm not going to coach.
There's also the chance that he was looking around at other jobs and then couldn't get them. I mean, that's another option.
Steve Kerr.
I know.
If that doesn't work, there's always the president.
Or broadcasting.
Certainly, you don't get the adrenaline rush. Porzingis, he's just a poor man's Caucasian Anthony Davis, is he not?
Really big, often hurt, occasionally does some spectacular things, tantalizing, but then he's hurt again.
Yeah, like he's a big unicorn when he came in the league. Oh, this 8-foot dude can dribble and shoot and blah, 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 and then he's hurt all the time.
Wemby before Wemby, but hurt all the time. Spurs hold on to Harrison Barnes and Julian Champagny from their core. Barnes gets a year and $8 million. Champagny gets 3 years and $45 million. Come back and shoot some more three-pointers.
Is that the Champagne guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Malik Beasley, Ed Davis, ex-NBA players were among 6 men who have been indicted in gambling case. Beasley allegedly agreed to manipulate his statistics ahead of at least 4 games during the season. He was with the Bucks, 23-24, and that's so the co-conspirators could wager on the stats.
The co-conspirators.
He wasn't going to grab rebounds one night, so bet the under on his rebounds.
Man, when you start getting co-conspirators, it's nasty.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
You know, I would expect a lot of improvement from where it's been. I mean, last year we just underperformed in every area, and it's everybody's fault. That's the reality. There's nobody who did a good job. There's not one player in the organization. There's not anybody involved that did the job to the level that it needs to be done at. And everybody needs to improve. And it starts with me, and it filters down to the rest of the players on the field, and they got to go out there and ultimately they got to perform at a high level.
Tom Brady on his expectations and his evaluation of the Raiders.
How does it start with him? He's a minority owner.
Yeah. he gets to give lots of advice. And
what that tatted up dude, Crosby's like, wait a second.
I did think Max Crosby.
Ball down. What are you talking about?
There's probably 1 or 2 guys going, nah, I could have been an all-pro on another team.
I was going to say, Max was an all-pro.
Not everyone sucked.
Lots of people suck.
That's why they need to build this whole rebuild around Fernando Mania. I told you, Vegas is just an LA suburb.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2026. That was 1981, so you got a nice round number.
45 years ago.
Yeah.
45 years ago, Sergeant Pepper told the band to play. Wait a minute. That was 20 years ago. Well, the math doesn't work, but you get the idea. Detroit Lions released corner Terrion Arnold after he was arrested on 8 felony charges of armed robbery and kidnapping. His bond set at $1 million. Former Tennessee Titans running back Chris Johnson revealed he's been diagnosed with ALS and Lou Gehrig disease. He's been dealing with issues stemming from it since 2025. He's a 10-year NFL vet. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
Utah Utes adding some more commitments. Timpview High School teammates Ian Alucio, offensive lineman, and Fui Vakapuna, linebacker, along with the commitment of a wide receiver from Spring, Texas, Darnell Jackson Jr. So, more names. You watch the Timpview guys much, Jock? You see them?
Yeah, I've seen both of them. Fui actually just transferred from Corner Canyon to Timpview. His uncle is that Fui Vakapuna who played at BYU. So, yeah, both of them pretty good.
Colorado Buffalo's coach.
Whoa. Did you expect him to say they're no good?
I didn't know if you'd seen him or not.
That's not good. The question. The question wasn't if he saw him. The question is, did you expect him to say they're not very good?
Thought maybe there'd be some details in there. Just curious what he thought or what he saw. No, I didn't think he'd say they were terrible.
Good. That's why they got scholarships.
Buffs coach Deion Sanders said he feels like his old and younger self again. A year after undergoing surgery to remove his cancerous bladder. He told the AP, I consider myself cancer-free. So, looking to rebound from a 3-9 season last year.
Well, we'll also be bowl-free this year.
Yeah.
But not born-free.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
2-2. Line to left. Here comes Soto racing in. Can't get it, and it bounces by. All the way to the wall. Springer around first, heading to second. Takes the turn. Ewing drops the ball. Now Soto picks it up. Springer is going to score. Unbelievable.
And Ohtani belts it high and deep to right. Forget it. Oh, this ball's way out of here. Over to the top of Home Run Hill between the trees. A 3-run home run for Shohei Ohtani.
Suzuki hits a high fly ball deep left. Going back, Bowen at the wall, leaps, and this one is off the wall. Cubs win! Cubs win! Crow Armstrong scores. Seiya Suzuki delivers.
Cubs beat the Padres 3-2. The Cubbies, they've been running hot and cold all year. They're rolling again. They're 9 games over 500. They're tied for the first wild card. Good times in Chicago again. Up and down they go, but currently up. They get the win.
I'll be there in a few weeks, taking in the ball game. Looking forward to it.
Who are you going to see?
The Cubs.
And?
I don't know.
Oh.
She arranged it.
Thanks for that update with the Cubs.
Well, I want to see the Cubs. Who cares who they're playing?
Well, if they're playing the Phillies, the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, one of your teams, I would think that'd be a bigger thrill.
I don't know who they're playing. I hope it's a crappy team so the ticket prices aren't as much.
Shohei Ohtani goes deep, 3-run homer in Sacramento. The Dodgers, it sounded like a home game, all the Dodger fans cheering there. Dodgers roll past the Athletics 9-4.
You think it's going to be an Athletics team? If they had the strong fan base, they wouldn't be moving.
The West Sacramento A's?
The West Sacramento A's, yeah. There's plenty of A's fans. The A's games have been on TV in Sacramento forever.
If there were plenty, they wouldn't be moving.
I was going to say.
In Oakland, they're in Sacramento. Sacramento's not building a free stadium. Not moving because of fans.
Well, then why would you surprise
stadium.
that it would be Dodger fans when you just told me there's not that many in Sacramento?
There are fans in Sacramento. What there is in Vegas is a free stadium. I think there's more A's fans in Sacramento than there are in Las Vegas. But in Vegas, they're getting the stadium built for them. Have somebody pay for the stadium. That's what drives the move.
Well, why didn't they get a free stadium there? They already had a stadium.
They had an old rundown stadium in Oakland.
But it was free?
Sacramento. Yeah, well, this one's going to be newer and nicer
and
have
freer?
More luxury suites and freer. Born free.
But they'll have fewer fans, according to you. They'll have less fans in Vegas.
They'll have more of what they had in Sacramento. Dodger fans will show up in Vegas. It's a little L.A., baby. And they'll sell to tourists.
Dodger fans will show up in Vegas for every 5 years when they play them.
And they will also have casinos giving away tickets to their high rollers and tourists going to games. And then they hope to build a fan base over time.
Oh.
And their new stadium.
Wow.
But the casinos are going to buy.
They should hire you.
The casinos, no, they already got their deal. The casinos are going to buy the luxury suites.
You just outline what's going to happen.
Man, there you go. Casinos are going to buy the luxury suites, and they're going to make money.
I believe every professional sports team is going to make money. Name me a sports team that has lost money.
Not seeing people go bankrupt like we did back in the day. They're getting their cash.
I was watching the Baseball Network, and they had the big inning where they have four.
They do a quad box. Yeah, they have 4 screens of 4 games going at the same time.
Boom. Pitch for Diamondbacks, Arenado. He goes deep. I move my eyes over. Boom. Pitch to Ohtani. He goes deep. And then I move my eyes over. The pitch to the Cubs guy. Thinking, oh, that's gone. A game-winning home run. But it wasn't a home run. But it bounced off the ivy, so it's good enough. And I caught it all. It's like boom, boom, boom. It was pretty cool to watch that. And when they have the 4-box, you call it, they're big enough to where it's probably as big as every TV I had ever have it as a kid. So that's just cool when they do that. And the A's and the Dodgers had Max Muncy in both teams. The first time ever, Max Muncy has started for 2 different teams in the same game. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yes. The A's have a player named Max Muncy. And
Sure,
born on the
name?
same birthday.
Crazy.
Same name, same position in the lineup.
Parallel lives, same universe.
And have the same birthday, no less. And are you surprised that the Yankees are cooling off?
I did notice they lost a 5th in a row. Yeah. 5
So
straight
now
losses now.
you're surprised they were hot, now you're surprised they're cooling off?
No,
they
I thought
just
this is
surprised
more.
you just left and right, huh?
No, this isn't. This is a, I wouldn't say surprise. Something milder than that. I don't know what the word is. They are coming back down to earth, which I thought had to happen at some point. I'm surprised it didn't happen. I guess I'm a little surprised that it happened
So
mostly
they were playing
against
in the stratosphere?
The Red Sox. Yes, they were. The ionosphere, the stratosphere. Well, I don't know. All those levels.
I think the worst thing about Aaron Judge being injured is that we don't get to hear Ella Langley as his walk-up music, his home games. Do you know who she is?
No.
She's the hottest young country gal. Choosing Texas has been #1 into its 12th week.
Wow, dominant. What a run.
Yes.
3 months.
It's
Nice.
a pretty cool tune.
Maybe I know the song and I just don't know her name. Yeah.
27 years old.
Is it a big crossover hit?
To me, yes.
Okay.
But I can't answer that.
Yankees lost to the Tigers 7-3. 3 runs on 3 hits with 2 errors. Not a glorious night of baseball for the Yankees, who've dropped 5 in a row now, and they're 12-10 without Judge, which is a little more normal, what they normally do without him. Bees open a series against Las Vegas tonight. They're at the ballpark at America First Square. First pitch at 6:35. Tony Parks on 1280 The Zone at 6:20. DJ and PK.
Tanaka's given the ball away there. Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, and here's a chance. Martinelli! Brazil have won it! They've stolen it right at the death.
A few have been in this position for Paraguay. But he scores! Paraguay have done it!
Ismail Sabari can win the penalty shootout for Morocco with this kick. Yes!
Highlights from the World Cup, 3 knockout games. Brazil gives up an early goal to Japan, dominates the game, scores 5 minutes into stoppage time to win it. 2-1, Brazil escapes. They're on to the round of 16. And then Paraguay beats Germany on penalties. Morocco beats the Netherlands on penalties. Morocco with a late goal in the 90th minute to tie that thing up. Germany and the Netherlands both missing 3 penalties. Hitting the crossbar, hitting the post, spraying the ball wide of the goal. Pressure, PK. It's like watching people shoot free throws under pressure. You know they can do it, but with all that pressure, they can't in this moment. So Germany's out and the Netherlands are out before the round of 16.
What's the percentage on that? So we know on free throws.
So normally, some people say 90%. I think that's high. But certainly you should be converting like 75 or 80% of your penalties. So in this case, Germany was 3 out of 6, 50%. And Netherlands only converted 2 of their
So all those
5.
guys who would be taking those penalty kicks, would they, if you translate into individual free throw shooting percentages, would they be 75, 80%?
Yep, they should
So
be.
they're good free throw shooters.
Exactly.
Because if
They've
you
got-
send a Mitchell Robinson to the line and he clanks one, no one's surprised.
They've got 11 guys, so typically you send up your 5, poised veterans, mostly attackers, but you do see, a veteran center back or something might take it. The goalkeepers usually don't go up until late, and neither one of them went long enough to get the goalkeepers up there. But yeah, the point is if you got 10 guys out there and if there's somebody, a player or two who are young, inexperienced, or have a track record of being terrible in this situation, you don't have to put them up there right away. You put your better guys
And we're
up
going to
there.
go all through this for several weeks, and it's going to be Spain, France, or Brazil and Argentina. And that's
Probably not Brazil, I would think. I think you were right with the first 3.
Well, those are the top 3,
Yeah.
and then, but you have to have a Final Four.
You do. And somebody gets in. The Final Four is in. Morocco was in. South Korea's been in the Final Four.
Get real.
You can see an outlier get to the Final Four.
No,
but
not this year.
Well,
my
two
words.
of the teams that you would think, even though they're not expected to win it, Germany and the Netherlands have the history and the pedigree. You would think they'd do it, and they're out. Gone. But I think you're right about, especially about France. France has looked awesome.
France, France can field 2, if not 3 teams, and they would be still playing.
France and Sweden, the middle game today, 3 o'clock. The first game's Ivory Coast and Norway, 11 a.m., and Mexico and Ecuador
Do you
tonight
sit
at
and
7.
watch all these games?
I do not.
Why not? What the hell else you got to do?
I have other things to do in life. Do all the stuff other people do. I missed World Cup games golfing with you last week.
Okay, outside of that, but that was early on. I mean, now we're getting down, we're moving along here. I get in the...
Still going to try to golf once or twice a week. I got a whole honey-do list like everybody else, and I do watch some of them.
I don't have a honey-do list.
You do too.
I do not.
You do too.
I do not.
There are things you do because you're a man.
Yeah, I call somebody to do it. And I got this plumbing company that screwed us over, and I'm trying to figure out a way to screw them back.
Nice.
After we just had 3 huge trucks from the city in our house the other day.
Because a plumbing company messed up.
Oh, yeah. Wait till I reveal their names.
Bum, bum, bum. DJ and PK.
#NHL.
Utah Mammoth, re-up Kyler Yamamoto. He gets 2 years. Going to average about $1.75 million. Mammoth also trade a prospect, a defenseman, whose name I can't possibly pronounce correctly, can I? Maximilian Zuber?
Zuber, yeah.
Oh, nice. To the Montreal Canadiens. Just when I get his name down, they deal him to Montreal. That doesn't seem right. For forward Joshua Roy, who signed to a 1-year, 2-way contract.
So just because you got the name right, it doesn't seem right that they traded
Exactly. How could they do that?
So it's about you.
Yep. There it is.
As if we had any doubt.
No, I tried to make it clear. I'm glad you picked up on it. What is trending brought
like
to
in
you?
2004.
Well, then what are you asking for?
Because we have new listeners.
What is trending? Brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Eric Pincus, national NBA writer for Bleacher Report, going to join us at 9 o'clock. Loves the salary cap and the money side of the business. He is educated himself. We have questions for him. What does he think is going to happen with Walker Kessler and the Utah Jazz? We'll talk with him coming up at 9 o'clock. Brandon Huffman, national recruiting analyst for On3.com and Rivals, joins us at 9:30. DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson.
The Utah Jazz have found their future face of the franchise as Darren Peterson is on his way to Salt Lake City.
The BYU at Kansas game, he had 18 points in the first half. He was 6 of 8, had 3 steals. There was no question who the best player on the floor was.
Winning basketball is back in Utah, and the KSL Sports Zone will be with the new look Jazz every step of the way. Your exclusive home of Utah Jazz basketball is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Just top.
Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on the scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Join Scotty G and the coach Tim Lacombe today from 10 to 2 at Tim Dahle Mazda, 10785 South Auto Mall Drive in South Jordan. Question of the morning. Is Walker Kessler a must-have for your Utah Jazz? Tony Jones reporting there'll be a meeting today. Los Angeles. Bring all the bidders together and see what they have to offer.
Now?
Yes, that was a little X. You're the only one who gets to sing. Why do you get to have all the fun?
Because you're the nice guy.
Well, I sang for 2 whole words. I hope everyone could get by with that.
I could
survive that. That was
do it again.
That
I
wrecked
walk.
you. That wrecked you. Is Walker Kessler a must-have? Brad, yes. If we were making a title run, everybody acting like the cash comes out of their own pockets. LMAO. Kessler, got to have him for the title run. Brad, ready to go. No warm-up. Brad wants to go right to the top.
Well, I think there will be a warm-up, and there's a possibility of a title run. I can see that.
Michael says we need a Wemby stopper if we're going to win the championship.
I can see that.
To which Jade says New York didn't have a Wemby stopper, and they won a championship. I think Cat did a pretty good job on Wemby in that series. The Wemby stopper is overstated. You just need to
I thought when he fouled out
down
in the deciding game and putting in Mitchell Robinson, that was a good move because it was about at that point in time they needed a defensive-oriented player completely, not an offensive player. And Robinson got a crucial rebound off a missed free throw when they were on offense.
Game was hanging in the balance, and he got that offensive rebound.
You need those types of players. That's the point. I mean, I'm just highlighting one individual play, but over a course of a season and in a playoff, which probably going to be, you expect now, as the longer you advance, the more better chance it would be that the series would go longer, and those types of players can help make a difference. And then when you get Kessler, too, I don't think he's a black hole offensively. So we're speaking of his defensive prowess, obviously, but he's been on the come, too. He's a guy that you can argue is maybe 2 or maybe 3, I'd go more 2 seasons away from his prime. And at that point in the 28-29 season, the best of Walker Kessler is going to be on display. And that's a tantalizing prospect for any team that has his services, particularly here. But he's got to do what his folks are doing now, what his handlers and he are doing. He's got to shop himself around because those are the rules, and that's the way it works. And it's a business, man, and if you can grab an extra X amount of million, I'm going to say don't do it. I mean, money is super important, and anybody who says otherwise is full of crap, and usually they're full of money too.
One pocket of money and the other pocket, yuck.
Right. So I applaud him for doing what he's doing.
As Jerry Sloan used to say, these are the rules. He gets to do this.
See, Gordon Hayward had a different deal. Gordon Hayward wanted out. He had stars in his eyes. And so he made Mrs. Miller go through a dog and pony show when his intention all along was to leave. We got in trouble with the Jazz folk when we said that, and we had to be taken out to lunch immediately to say not to say that, but we were right in saying it.
And we got barbecue.
Yeah, and so, but it was 11 o'clock. I prefer to eat my lunch
around 11. It was a little early.
But if you go to that one barbecue place, you got to get in there early because tables are sparse because it fills up. So it worked out, and I didn't have anything to do that day, so I had to listen to a lecture knowing that it was full of crap and they were just trying to cover themselves. But we were right, and he wanted out. And Kessler now has put out the statement that he wants to stay, or at least not necessarily wants to stay, but he loves it here.
Right.
And
but if somebody offers a lot more money,
got to do what you got to do.
And we'll see what team it is. Maybe it's a team that's got a lot of hope like the Jazz do. He doesn't necessarily have to go to some awful situation.
Oh, I'm not.
See who the bidders are and see what the offers are. He might be going to a good situation.
Any situation that's offering you $35 million is great.
There is that angle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're going to offer a 10 or 20 or 30% raise over what you're being offered right now, of course you're going to listen because we all would in that kind of situation.
Well, this is the system.
Yep.
And it's unique in that the restricted free agent, the other team, that your remaining team, existing team, has the opportunity to match it. So the Jazz, in essence, want him to set the market. Or that other
They don't
team.
want to bid against themselves to set it, to your earlier point.
Right.
So, I mean, they recognize, hey, we'll make the $28 million offer, and then let's see how much more he can get from somebody else. They probably tried to take a few bidders out of the process.
Yeah, I get it.
They're already at 28, and they're going to match 30 or 32
there'll be
or
a bunch
35.
that would be out anyway.
Yeah. Yes.
They just, the way they're
And he doesn't need 29 other bidders. He just needs 1 or 2 other bidders.
Yeah, and so I think they make an offer that is ballpark reasonable, and that establishes it right there. He's not going to get less than that, obviously, and away you go. And this is the way it works. But I don't think he's hell-bent intent on leaving in the manner Hayward, it was all a waste of time.
Yeah.
Because he was always going. He thought he was all that. And he wanted to go to the biggest stage. He had told people that. He had let on several clues, hearing stories when he went to the All-Star game and he felt like he wasn't respected enough to the level because he was with the Jazz. And so he had the starry eyes. And good for him. You know, he got his money. It turned out to be Gordon Hayward is in the vortex of the NBA is forgettable. And maybe a lot of that had to do with the injury. But Kessler has made it known he'd prefer, or maybe, I don't even know if prefer. He just made it known he likes it here.
He's not going to leave here because he doesn't like Utah. If If he leaves here, it'll be a business decision.
I don't think he has the stars in his eyes are dollar signs, and he's quite comfortable here. And that's why wouldn't you be? Makes no sense that you wouldn't be quite comfortable here. This place and this organization has everything that you need to be successful. Everything. Literally everything.
Brad says, yes, Kessler, but the Jazz have a reasonable offer on the table already. I doubt Kessler can get a significantly higher offer sheet, but we'll see.
Well, then it doesn't matter. Then it's good to go.
Yep. I wonder if anyone would bother with a slightly better offer sheet, because then your money's tied up. You can't go get somebody else. And if you just move the number to 30 or 32, that seems pretty easy for the Jazz to match. So you miss out on whoever else is signing because your money's tied up while you wait for the Jazz to match. That's a
Well, if
common
it's the
tactic
Lakers,
NBA
yeah.
teams.
And how many days do they have to match it?
It used to be 3. I don't know what it is in the new CBA.
So then screw the other team. They would screw you.
Right. Yep. So I don't think anybody's going to come in at $32 million. If it comes in, I think it'll be a big number, but we'll see. Leroy says, is he a must-have? He says it completely depends on a price tag. No need to pull a Kirilenko. Well, if it completely depends on a price tag, then no, Leroy, he's not a must-have. He's a want-to-have. He's a need-to-have. But is he a must-have? If he's a must-have, isn't the must-have just that's why you give people the max. You must have them.
Well, I think in the Kessler situation, I don't know what the max is. He's not going to get the max. He's not that type of player. But with the skill set that he has, he becomes a must player. Yeah. So I see what you're saying, but he and his folks and everybody knows whatever the max is, he's not going to get the Wemby offer. That's not going to happen. And I think he's quite comfortable in his skin knowing the type of player he is. And he understands that, okay, it's not going to be the max, but it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of money to purchase and live quite comfortably for years to come. And he's been here enough and gone through the losing enough that he knows, too, that the team is set to win. And who doesn't want to be a part of that? If you're going to, and you're comfortable. And for a lot of folks here around the world, I would imagine, but certainly in my realm, they're comfortable where they are. A friend of mine is from Colorado, right? Lives over here. And he says, we're out to eat the other night. He says, I'd really like to go back to Colorado. And his wife, who's not from Colorado, doesn't say anything, just starts moving her head horizontally.
No, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable here.
Yeah.
So there's the comfortability factor for average folks like me. That's important. But I also think it's important for everyone. And so if he's comfortable here and he's got his routine and he's got his house or wherever he lives, whatever, and he's got just the way of life that he lives, that matters to him. If it matters to us, why wouldn't it matter to him? Obviously, he can go, if he signs with the Lakers, whatever form of real estate in the finest neighborhoods, he's going to be able to afford. But if he doesn't want to go through all that, I get it. And plus, too, the team is on the verge of winning, and he wants to be a part of that.
Moving takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And then you got to rebuild all the relationships, teammates, coaches, on down the line.
Yeah.
But if somebody's going to pay you, 25, 30% more.
I have to make a business decision.
There you go.
Both of us made business decisions. We moved to a state that if you would have told me at any point in my life I would be living in this state, I would have said, that's not a possibility. But I had sent out resumes virtually to every state and city newspapers in the West. And whoever called. And I had one in San Diego, I had one in Tucson, and I had one in Salt Lake. And obviously I took the one.
Here you are.
Yeah.
So
you make that move.
Yep.
It was the best business decision, and I was in Los Angeles, and I wasn't going to be able to afford a place to live in the manner that I wanted. I was priced out.
Yep. A common story.
Yeah.
That's why there were so many Dodger fans at that game in Sacramento. Tons of people from L.A. and San Francisco flood those real estate prices. Happens all the time. But NBA money, you can afford that, all that kind of stuff, so that's not as big a deal. If he got the max right now, his salary next year would jump to $42 million, and he could have a 4-year deal that averages about $44.5. So
he doesn't seem to be that type of player, but I think he's comfortable with that.
Yeah, nor do I think he's going to get that kind of offer. I mean, I'm going to be surprised if it's a $40 million. There's been plenty of speculation about them wanting $30 to $35 million. I don't see why anyone bothered to come in with 30 because the Jazz will match it. But maybe he can get a $35 million offer.
Well, you can front load it and do all these other things to make it difficult on the other team. Yep. That's what we've heard over the years.
I think the Jazz are in a situation where front loading it would almost be preferable because they're not in the crunch right now. You know, a team like Oklahoma City is in the crunch right now. So that would sting more with them. But maybe they could do it. There's all those poison pill
deals. But I don't
deals.
think he's a must-have.
I'd agree with that. That's a want-to-have, and like a need-to-have, but
I would go love to have.
Love to have. And that would be, to Steve Cleveland's point, go find somebody else. And he put Robert Williams' name out there, which, given the fact that he was in Boston when the Angels were there, connection, maybe that makes some sense.
He's a rebounder.
Right, exactly.
Look at the numbers.
And they need someone who's defensive-minded, will challenge some shots, and will grab some boards.
Mm-hmm.
Nurkic is a guy, if you need to spread the floor, you can put him out there. He can go do his thing at the top of the key and open up space for everybody else to drive. So that kind of complement. You're not going to have a complete player at center because those people are, A, rare, and B, super expensive, and C, not available.
I don't
so you
think
got to
they
ham and
exist
egg it
anymore.
ham and egg it with a couple. Yeah, even the Joker is defensively, I mean, he's big, but he's not. It's not like he's getting off the ground and blocking a lot of shots.
Is he a traditional center? No.
He is not. I mean,
there is not one. There's not one in the game.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Wemby isn't traditional either. Nobody's going down and shooting Kareem skyhook on the low post.
And if they are, they're one-dimensional. They have a particular skill, to quote Liam Neeson, but they don't have the complete game at that position.
Center is a position where there's a lot of ham and egging going on in the league. Someone's pretty good offensively, but they're not good defensively, or someone's pretty good defensively, and they're not very good offensively.
Right.
And with the Jazz signing Nurkic, and back to your point about comfortability and all that, he's been here. They're comfortable with him.
Nurkic?
He's comfortable with them. Yeah.
Oh, Nurkic seems to be totally comfortable.
Right.
Plus, he's a foreign guy, and
he's
been moving around the league, and
he's
he doesn't
halfway
want to around the league anymore.
And he's halfway around the world,
Yeah.
and it's like, this is good enough.
And this is good enough. I'm good to go.
Which means the starter they're going to get, whether it's Kessler or somebody else, should be a defensive-minded guy. So based on what they have to match up with or what they have to attack, Will Hardy has options for what kind of lineup he runs out there.
Regardless of Nurkic, it's what the starting five is composed of.
No, that's another, yes. Right. Yes, in the Jazz particular case, better to have the offensive guy coming off the bench and the defensive guy in the starting lineup.
He's an excellent fit, speaking of Kessler, for what they need.
Mm-hmm.
But if it comes to it, so be it. I mean, you can get somebody else, so it's not a hopeless him or else situation.
Right. Which is why
and that's their leverage.
It's a want to have or a love to have, but it's not a must have.
Mm-hmm. But I would be disappointed if he's not here.
DJ PK, it's 97.5 KSL Sports Zone coming up. Eric Pincus at 9 o'clock. We can talk about the number the Jazz could or should afford to go to. We do have people saying, hey, Keontae George, you got to be able to afford Keontae next year, so don't give away too much.
And, Yak, should we settle the debate that he and I have had for years? Should we bring in a Heisman Trophy winner to settle it?
Sure.
Which Heisman Trophy winner? Well, we'll find out on the other side, right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
3, 2, 1. This is Scotty G and Coach Tim LeCombe.
Joining us now, it is Kurt Heelan, NBC Sports, ProBasketballTalk.com.
You mentioned Walker Kessler, and what do you make of that? What do you read between the lines, I guess?
This is, look, it sucks to be a restricted free agent in the modern NBA because your leverage is largely gone if the team that has your rights lets it be known they're going to re-sign you, which is rightfully what Utah's doing. Does it drive down his market? Yeah, that's kind of the point, too. But the reality is they're not letting him go. They can match and at worst, force a sign and trade and get back other things they want. So I think this is the agent trying to, man, we're not happy. At the end of the day, the sides will come to a number and agree to it. And if he's really frustrated, you push for a shorter deal. You try to get back on the market sooner, and maybe Danny's good with that, and you figure something out.
Catch Scotty G and Coach weekdays from 10 to 2. Presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 26th through July 6th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big Three is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Evening. Buyer's remorse. Buy a new car? I'll be moving in. Let's get started.
Sorry, I think there's been a mistake. I bought it from Carvana.
You what?
Yeah, great price. I even have 7 days to love it or return it.
So there's no...
No buyer's remorse. More like buyer's rejoice.
I guess I'll let myself out. Congratulations. I mean it.
Buyer's rejoice. Buy your car today on Carvana.
Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, DJ PK, there's something we've been debating for a long time, and apparently a Heisman Trophy winner is wrong about this.
25 years we've been dating.
No, the Heisman Trophy winner is right about this.
So the Heisman Trophy winner agrees with Jake and PK. What is
Matt
it?
Leinart.
Is this? I'm guessing because you haven't told me anything. I'm guessing this is the. Are there any casual college football fans?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, far deeper, much more important than that.
Something we've been arguing about in college football for 25 years.
No, far.
Well, what is it?
More important.
What is the issue?
Let's hear Matt talk about it. It goes on for about a minute.
Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah.
Saved by the Bell.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
I'm going to reach out to her via this segment right now.
Again.
I messaged her last year to come on, or earlier this year to come on Throwbacks Season 2, because we wanted to do this whole kind of nostalgia throwback, 90s shows. I even told my wife, I said, I DM Tiffany Amber Thiessen. And I want to say this right now is I'd never expected a message back.
Right. Shot your shot.
Nor did I shot my shot and I got denied. So I would love to say this again, because I know we're going to post this. We would love to have Tiffany Amber Thiessen on this podcast just to talk about what in my opinion, the greatest TV show of all time. And she's still crushing it. She's got her family and all these things. So that is my plea to get Kelly Kapowski on Throwbacks. She was my all-time crush. And by the way, if she ever comes on Throwbacks, I'm not so sure that I'll even make that episode because I probably would be too nervous.
You don't see Matty Ice get shook often, but that I think would definitely shake you to your very core.
The greatest show of all time.
Yeah, well, you're all wrong, but that's good.
It's all right. It's all right, Yak. It's all right. It's all right. Because I'm Saved by the Bell.
I think he wants the theme song, Yak. I'm picking up on something here. Are you picking up what he's putting down?
Matt Leinart, a Heisman Trophy winner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For USC. You can win the Heisman. No offense at BYU. You can win it wherever.
No offense.
But USC.
Oh, wow.
USC. It's all right. The greatest show. And you have mocked that show, and you have been wrong.
No, I've been right. It's good for his generation. He was 10 years old when that thing was on the air. Wasn't that thing on the air in the early 90s, early to mid 90s? Was it on in the 80s?
To me, it's still on. It's like The Godfather.
It is in reruns. It is in reruns.
Of course
but
it
when
is.
When was it a hit and when was it a big deal? When was it on live?
Now, today.
No.
It's still a big deal.
It is still a big deal.
Okay.
When was the Star Spangled Banner written?
That'd be in 1814,
Yes, it's still a big deal.
Okay. Francis Scott Key and Elizabeth Berkley and Tiffany Amber Thiessen. We'll see you Saturday morning at 9.
Oh, it's in prime time. The college years. Every show, you love the Brady Bunch for Cockton reason.
Yeah,
that
we're
I
going
don't
with the
understand.
Brady Bunch? Come
But
on.
that'll stop.
Because I was 10 years old.
No.
Saved by the Bell went to college years. Name me a show that featured children. The Wonder Years. It stopped. 17 years old. Boom.
As they all should have, yes.
It's called Boy Meets World, PK. That's your answer.
But the Saved by the Bell, the college years, it continued.
Mm-hmm.
So Saved by the Bell debuted in 1989.
Yeah.
Okay. And when did they stop making first-run episodes?
The final episode of the original run, 1993.
But then they went to the college years.
And then Boy Meets World came around and had the exact same run.
Yeah.
Went through the junior high, high school, and college years.
So the Brady Bunch Variety Hour doesn't count?
No.
Thank you.
Well said. The level of disgust there was very good.
No offense,
Yak.
but the Brady Bunch sucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was hokey. It didn't deal with real life problems. Jessie Spano wanted to get into a top flight college, so she was taking barbiturates to stay up at night. That's real pressure. Meadow on The Sopranos wanted to buy some speed so she could do that from North Jersey to get in an elite institution. Those are real problems, not where Mike Brady come in and solve some stupid hokey problem at the last second. That was fluff. That was like the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand versus Let It Be and all the distinguished deep tunes that they played later on.
Don't diminish Silly Little Love Songs.
Well, that was McCartney later.
That was Wings.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, but he was referencing earlier.
You're talking about the Beatles.
No, I was talking about their little, what did they call it? That type of music back then. Bobby Sox, I don't even know what it was called. But it was fluff stuff. And then they got deeper and more penetrative. I mean, I am...
Penetrative?
Yes.
They paid 1 cent?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, because they weren't about them. Wasn't about the money. It was about the art.
That was nice. That was super random.
You brought it up.
I did. But only because you butchered penetrate.
That's how they say it in the UK.
Penetrative.
You've never been to the UK.
I have not.
Right.
Neither of you.
I never said I have.
Well, how do you know that?
Why are you drinking Pepsi in the morning?
I'm drinking water because I left the other thing. I left this here
Getting the
yesterday,
barbiturates
and I didn't know
early
where
this
it was.
morning.
No caffeine and sugar. It's just
Right.
water.
So Saved by the Bell dealt with real issues. That's why it was so deep. It was just over your head.
What was the name?
I get it now.
What was the name of Horseshack?
Horseshack?
Yeah, the guy, the
Screech?
Screech, yeah, Screech Horseshack. They just ripped that character off. It's the same thing. Don't rip off.
You're full of Horseshack.
Exactly. Well, that's also true, but it has nothing to do with this discussion. That's what you said earlier. One pocket full of what and one pocket full of money, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and we know what pockets mine are full of. We know what pockets yours are full of.
Oh, you got one of each. Don't kid yourself.
I never kid myself. That's why I am who I
Paycheck is
am.
why I live in Utah.
Yeah.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. When we come back, we'll get back on track. LeBron James to the Warriors. And maybe AD too. Does that do it for you? We will get to that next. Also, we got to talk about Yusuf Nurkic coming back to the Utah Jazz. That's all on the way in the 8 o'clock hour. Stay with us.
From lashes for days with the viral Liquid Lash Extensions mascara to awakening your eyes with lift and color from the Brilliant Eye Brightener, Thrive Cosmetics is the go-to when you want to amplify your everyday look. Plus, every product is 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean, skin-loving ingredients that work with your skin. And for every product purchased, Thrive Cosmetics donates to help communities thrive. So every time you use your favorite Thrive Cosmetics product, you're helping communities you care about too. Amplify your everyday. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/shine26 for an exclusive offer of 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/shine26.
Miami, July 5th and July 31st. Ice Cube's Big 3 is back at the Amerant Bank Arena, featuring big stars like Dwight Howard, Joe Johnson, Lance Stevenson, and more. And featuring your home team, the Miami 305, led by Michael Beasley. Grab your tickets now at big3.com/tickets or Ticketmaster. Presented by iHeart.